Okay, so good day to each and everyone. This is Majid Tata Hashner speaking. My topic is all about strategies in coping stress workplace. So when we say strategies in coping stress in workplace is essential for maintaining both mental and physical health as well as for boosting productivity. So kinakailangan natin dito is kahit gaano tayo ka-busy sa buhay natin is ma-maintain natin yung ating ah, health and physical na walang pinagbago o walang nangyayari sa atin. So, number one is kinakailangan natin dito is ang time management. So, para maiwasan natin yung stress is kailangan natin i-prioritize ang ating mga ginagawa, which is we need to organize our workload by importance and deadlines. So, halimbawa, ganito, sa pinapagawa sa atin ng ating mga doc is binibigyan tayo ng mga reports and reflection is dapat is mag-prioritize tayo ng task. Habang matagal pa yung pinapagawa sa atin is unti-untihin na natin. Break large projects into smaller. Habang marami or kahit gaano karami yung pinagagawa nila sa atin is unti-untihin natin para hindi tayo ma-rush. So yun yung kailangan natin i-manage, which is yun yung priority task. And then the second one is set realistic goals. So to set this set realistic goal is our daily or weekly goals is avoid overloading yourself with tasks you cannot reasonable complete. So kagaya nga ng nabanggit natin kanina is mag-set tayo, halimbawa, pinagawa tayo ni Doc ng um, 15 reflection paper is kailangan natin mag-set ng goals na dapat araw-araw is magkagawa tayo ng 10 or 5 per day para mag-set tayo or para maiwasan natin yung mga burnout sa atin. And then, the third one is delegate. So, when we say delegate is share tasks with colleges if appropriate to lighten your load. So, dito naman is para mas maiwasan natin yung stress is we need to cooperate to our colleges or yung mga classmates natin. Makipagtulungan tayo, hindi naman sa gayahin natin yung ginawa nila, kumaga kahit makipag-usap lang sa kanila para mas maiwasan natin yung mga stress habang ginagawa natin yung pinapagawa sa atin. So, yun yung kailangan natin para maiwasan natin yung stress is kailangan natin yung time management, which is dun yung prioritize tasks, set realistic goals, and delegates. And then, the next is develop healthy work relationship. So when we say develop healthy work relationship is to communicate, open, respectful communication with colleagues and supervisors can help alleviate misunderstanding that contribute to stress. So kagaya nga ng nabanggit natin kanina dun sa delegate is kailangan natin makipag-usap sa ating mga colleges para mas ma-develop natin yung mga relationships sa ating mga classmates or kaibigan para masabi natin kung ano yung dapat natin gawin, then makakuha din sila ng idea. And then the second one is build support network. Cultivate positive relationship with coworkers who can offer support, encouragement, and constructive feedback. So dito naman is kung i-relate natin sa nabanggit natin kanina is kailangan natin makipag-socialize or mag-build ng ang ating friendship sa ating colleges para mas may mag-encourage sa atin o tumulong sa atin kung paano tayo i-motivate para maiwasan natin yung ganito, ganyan. And then, next one is take regular breaks. So, kung halimbawa is dito is meron tayong short breaks and step away from the desk. So number one here is short breaks. So take frequent short breaks during the day to rest and reset. This helps prevent the burnout and maintain productivity. So dito naman sa take regular breaks is kinakailangan din natin magpahinga kasi hindi tayo robot, tao tayo. Kailangan natin magpahinga para maiwasan natin mga burnout sa ating buhay. And then the second one is step away from the desk. So, kagaya ng dito sa pinapatayuan ko is meron tayong table. So, halimbawa kung sobrang stress na ako dito is kailangan kong lumayo dito sa table ko para reduce or para malinis yung ating nasa utak o para malinis yung ating lahat ng inisip natin is maiwasan natin yung mga negative thinking sa ating mga utak. So, kailangan natin mag-step away from the desk. So, yung sa ating mga table. And then, the next is practice relaxation techniques. So, kanina is nabanggit natin dun yung step away from the desk is pumunta tayo sa mga labas para makalangkap tayo ng mga fresh air at para yung mga mind natin is ma-clear. So, dapat dito naman is nag-practice tayo, practice sa relaxation techniques is kailangan natin dito yung mindfulness mediation. So, kailangan natin dito nag-exercise para iwasan natin yung mga stress. No? And then, breathing exercise. Yung mga exercise na kailangan natin ng mga inhale and exhale. And then that is maintain a healthy work-life balance. So, kailangan natin mag-set ng boundaries. So, set boundaries is establish clear work and personal life boundaries to ensure you don't overwork yourself. So, kagaya nga ng banggit natin kanina is mag-set tayo ng goals. Halimbawa, kung ginagawa tayo ng reflection or reaction ng ganito kadami, dapat mag-set tayo na dapat 5 lang ang gagawin natin per day para maiwasan natin yung uh, burnout sa ating buhay. And then the second one is use your time off. So once na meron kang time, no, free time is gamitin mo yun para magsaya. No, hindi naman sa sobrang hindi naman sa ma-overuse na pagsasaya. In short, no, magbakasyon ka and then tawag dito magligo-ligo sa dagat-dagat parang ganun-ganun lang. So, hanggang dito lang po.
Assalamu alaikum, good day everyone. I am your presenter for today, Shahani Abbas Uyag, and this is the continuation of our topic, which is the strategies in coping stress in workplace. And my partner, Mr. Haji Nur Majid Tata, already discussed the first 6 slides. So let me continue. We have seek feedback and ask for help. So when we say constructive feedback, it is a way to give someone advice or criticism that helps them improve. It also focuses on a specific behaviors or actions rather than personal attacks. It is also like giving someone a map to help them reach their destination rather than simply saying their loss. So another, we have don't hesitate to ask for help. So we should always remember that everyone needs help, especially sa work. So don't be afraid to reach out to your colleagues, mentors, or even your supervisors when you need some assistance. It is a sign of professionalism and commitment by doing your best at work. So next is the physical activity. So when we say physical activity, it is not just about physical fitness. It is also a powerful tool for mental and well-being, particularly when it comes to navigating the pressures of work. By incorporating regular exercise into our daily routine, it can help us manage stress, improve our mood, and boost our cognitive function. So example is stretching. So simple stretching throughout the day can reduce muscle tension and improve circulation. Next, we have stay organized. So by being organized, you can create a sense of calm and control in your workplace. And it also helps you to cope up with your stress more effectively. So we can utilize planner to do the list or digital tools to track and task our deadlines effectively. Next, we have focus on the positive. So reframe negative thoughts. Try to focus on a solution rather than problems. Cultivate an optimistic mindset and practice gratitude. So by cultivating the positive thoughts, you can create more resilient and stress-resistant mindset, making it easier to navigate the challenges of the workplace. Also, we have celebrate small wins. Acknowledge accomplishment no matter how small it is, to maintain motivated and reduce the feeling of stress. Next, we have get enough sleep. So as we all know, getting enough sleep is essential for maintaining a positive mood at work. So when you are well rested, your brain functions optimally. It allows us to handle stress better, think clearly, and stay motivated. Also, enough sleep allows us to approach our work day with a clear mind and a positive attitude, and the energy to handle face the challenges effectively. So prioritize sleep aims for 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. Proper rest improves cognitive function, mood, and stress resilience. So lastly, seek professional help if necessary. So Employee Assistance Program or EAP, many organizations offer EAPs that provides confidential counseling and mental health support. So therapies or counselor if stress becomes overwhelming, seeking help from a therapist can provide valuable coping tools and emotional support. So we should always remember that prioritizing our mental health at work is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of self-care and responsibility. Seeking professional help can empower us to navigate challenges effectively and thrive in at work environment. And that would be all. Thank you and wasalam.